Well, good evening everybody. Now I say that because it is, at the time of recording, the evening. And I'm going out on the BMW C650 GT Highline. Apologies for the dirty screen. So, as I said, good evening everybody. It is a lovely Thursday evening here in the United Kingdom in the month of May. And I thought it'd be worth going out on this BMW C650 GT Highline. It is a bike that I have owned now for the last 3 years, and it's a nice bike. It's very easy to ride, although on the ground it is heavy. So as I said, I've only had the bike for 3 years, and I've only done 4,723. And the original miles, that is, the original reason for buying the bike was because I used to work in the centre of Milton Keynes, and it was very easy for me to go from the little village I live in South Northamptonshire down the A5 into the village, into the town Milton Keynes, park it up and leave it there at no cost. So it's been out in all weathers, and I have to say it's a nice bike to ride. When you're going along, it loses all of the heaviness to it, but it is a blooming heavy bike when it comes to manoeuvring it on the ground. Now, the wonderful, beautiful, fantastic thing about the whole bike is it's 650cc, and yeah, it goes, and it goes well. So that is the beauty of having a scooter with a lot of power underneath. Now, the beautiful thing also with this is when the winter comes along, it has got heated seats and heated grips, and the heated seats and grips work really well, very well indeed. It's got a couple of other things. It's got plenty of information. It does some good MPG as well. I'm guessing you can find those stats out on the BMW website. Let's have a quick look. It gives me, on the Highline version, it definitely gives me the tyres as well. So I've got the tyres set in bars, 2.5 front, 2.8 at the rear at the moment. Temperature at the moment as I'm riding is 26 degrees. It's giving me an average speed, as you can see, it's 35.8. It's 4:27 PM this afternoon. It tells me my average fuel is 49.4 mpg, so not brilliant, but you know, by any stretch. But also it does get a lot of pounding, does this bike. Goes very quick. So if I just go alongside this van, he's going to get upset with me because he thinks I'm a scooter. But the moment I wind it on and the lights change, you'll see how quick it moves away. So hold on, I'm sure it'll change. Oops, that doesn't look very nice. Now he's come. See, thought he would get me, bless him, but he couldn't. There you go. Definitely wanted to beat me, didn't he? So I'll beat this other one because I'm in the wrong lane for the A422 too. There we go. So it's got a reasonable 0 to 60. I'm not absolutely sure what it is. Again, website would give you those details. I'm no Mizzen flyer, you know. I don't do my research before I go out. So let's have a little bit of a ride, and in a few minutes I will stop the bike and have a proper look around and show you what 3 years worth of wear and tear does to a BMW C650 GT Highline, and I'll tell you the things that I've had done to it. So here we go. It's a 2017 model, as I said, so it's just coming up to 3 years old in July this year. It's a little bit dirty at the moment, but it does clean up quite nice. So as I said, lovely little bike. Little boy across the road from me calls it Toby, because Toby the tractor, because it does sound a little bit like a tractor when it's running, and I'll show you that in a few minutes time. So One of the things to show you is this is the blind spot mirrors. It's got blind spot mirrors on the on both sides. What they do, however, is they only work up to a certain mph, so around about 40 miles an hour. Screen goes up and down, which is always quite good. To be fair, it's usually left at the highest level. Right the way down, you just get too much wind in your face. But great from the point of view of, you know, when it's a really hot day and you just want to get a bit of wind in your face. Not good to ride with, but certainly cools you down. So we'll start off on this side. It's got some heated grips, and they are automatic, so you can either have them on automatic and they should sense the heat in the grips and keep it at a mild temperature, or you can put it on super hot, volcano level, or you can put it on just single, which just keeps you warm, your hands nice and warm. There's no guards on this, and I always thought that it could probably do with a guard around your hands as such, just to stop the wind, the rain and the snow from getting to you. But the grip's pretty good, heated grips. You've got heated seat. This is for the front. It comes in 2 different settings as well, so you can have 3. You have an automatic setting, which you can see just here. Again, that detects the temperature and gives you as much warmth as it believes you need. Or you can have it on super hot, which is nice and toasty, or you can have it on single, which just keeps the temperature off. Same for the back one. If we just nip round there, you've got a switch on the back for the passenger who can reach down. They've got 2 settings, either low or high, and a good solid switch on that side, and that works pretty well, I have to say. The seat on it is well stitched together. It does breathe, and I have to say it doesn't leak, so whilst it's very comfortable, it's very much like an armchair when you sat on it. Going over to the left hand side here, the lights can be on all the time, or you can put them on automatic, so they will switch on when it gets dark, or rather you can have the normal running light going on as normal, and that is that's the green light showing, but you can just put them on so that they are showing all the time. The bit that I don't like about some bikes, this one included, actually it's not running at the moment, but this one included, is the running light is there, which is great, really good, but I like a bike where both lights come on. I always feel that if only one light comes on, it looks like the other one's broken. I don't know why they do it. BMW do it quite a lot, and they do it in some of their race bikes too, and it just looks like one side's just a bit bizarre, it's just a bit not working. Indicator heights are brilliant. So if we look at the front of the bike, the indicator lights are just there. They are in the they're right in the eye line for vans and things like that to see. They're all LEDs all the way around, so the light's pretty good at the back too. Great, and then you've got your main brake light across the front there, which I'm going to have problems showing you. These ones here are the sensors for the blind spot mirrors, so if anything's coming up on the side, it will show you that there is. What I'll do is I'll just get it on its centre stand, and I'll start the bike up and show you a few other bits and pieces. So here's the bike started and running, and give it a bit of a, you can hear the sound of it there. It's not so bad when I say Toby the tractor. It's not necessarily that, it's just you can hear it through your helmet, depending on what helmet you're using sometimes. But there we are. Obviously that wheel will spin. So showing you around some of the things, and how it's fared. So showing you around how it's fared. I've got those lights on at the moment, so you can see what I mean. So basically, you've got one on, and one is just for full beam, which I'll put on full beam, so you can see the both come on, one brighter than the other. Or you can just have, as I said, just a running light, which means that centre light does get brighter, which is quite nice actually, if I'm honest with you. You've probably got a bit of flickering, so apologies for that. Now, how's the bike fared? That's the bit I was going to get onto. So to turn this engine back off again, I'll show you a couple of other bits. How has it fared? Well, I would have to say I've lost one of these. They don't stick on very well, so that side has gone. The brake disc's probably my own fault more than anything else. This does run quite freely because I've given it a bit of a service at the moment, but it does need a couple of new discs and pads. Now the pads are absolutely fine, but the discs have got some corrosion on them, so I'd say from the disc point of view it could do with a bit of a replacement. You can't really see where it's pitted at the moment, but it is underneath there. And I say that's about maintenance really. It's about keeping your bike clean, I suppose, and stopping the salt from getting in when you put it in the garage. The added extra, before I go any further, was the BMW sat-nav, which drills straight through here and connects, and then the wire goes down to give it power. It doesn't connect in any way to any of this display. It just sits there quite pretty. There's a little bit of condensation that's got into here, which is quite annoying. Nothing else really to show you up there. Everything else is in its normal place. Now there was one thing that it had on a warranty change, and this was this outer case here. It was changed on warranty because there was some corrosion, and this is the warranty replacement, and there is exactly the same corrosion now that's come on this that was there previously. Rear disc as well, as I can see, you can see what I was meaning. The front discs are like that, so a little bit pitted. Could probably do with changing at some point. There's about £100 for the disc and about 30 quid for the pads, and you can either do it yourself or you can get BMW to do it. And I had a quote for BMW for the front and the rear replacement, about £114 I think for the labour. And all told, all in, including the parts, were about 670 odd quid. So when you consider the discs are £100 each and the pads are £30 a set, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600. Maybe there's another 100 odd quid in there somewhere for the other maintenance. Engine's difficult to get to unless you take all the panels off. The battery is stored behind this panel here and is really easy to get into, no bother at all. Really comfortable to sit on, as I said, ABS and everything else that goes along with it. Just quickly show you underneath the seat, which is reasonably cavernous. Oops, let's take a few things out here. So you can get 2 full-size helmets in here, one in here upside down, which goes in there lovely, and then you've got another one that can go in here, or you can just put your shopping in it. Or anything else you need. So nice, good area there. The other point of note is the fuel cap's just here, and it sits underneath there. Both of those doing the seats and the fuel cap are via the key. It's not keyless, as you can see, so it clicks whichever way you turn it after you pressed it in. On both sides you have the ability to pop a few bits and pieces. These are not the best, I have to say. If I had one criticism of the whole bike, it's the way that these are angled. Because when you just go to shut them, unless you are purposely careful about what you do, A, they don't normally shut very well, and B, you can get them at the wrong angle. The one on the left-hand side actually locks. So I'll just show you the one on the left-hand side. This one here, it's there's not much room in there, and there's a nice little tray there to stop things from falling out, but that does lock. So when you put the lock on and turn it in and turn it completely, rather, it's going to be difficult to do with 2 hands. There we go, lock. This does lock too, so it's difficult to get in there. Last couple of bits just to show you is there are some little winglets here that again stop the wind in the winter. Just an added little bit of something there just to kind of like help keep a little bit of wind away in the winter, but not something that you'd want in the summer. So there you go, that is the BMW C650GT Highline with the visibility pack, so which I think was an additional 800 odd quid. I think the bike from new is around about 12 grand, 11.8 I believe, So for a good bike, C650, for a 650cc bike, you're probably looking, yeah, it's about on par. Obviously it's got a BMW badge on it, so I'm guessing, yeah, there's a slight premium to it. A few bits and pieces it could do with for a tidy up. You know, a few nuts and bolts, and that casing's obviously not brilliant from BMW. The back box was put on there, that's a bit of an extension as well, so that's the givey mount that was put on. But other than that, yeah, pretty cool bike. The question is, what next? Do I keep it or do I trade it in?